Good afternoon, everybody. We're still in storm alert here at 5 on your side as this winter storm continues across the bi-state region. The good news is we're getting closer to seeing the end of the snow around St. Louis, and that means improvements will come in our ability to get around and move about on the roads as things will start to get better. But it's a slow process, and we still have snow coming down across parts of the area right now. In fact, I want to take you out there and look at some of these cameras around the region, and you can see as you're looking down towards Farmington, Richmond Heights, Wentzville, Highland, everybody's got snow on the ground right now. There's no question about that. And as you see from downtown St. Louis, the snow is still falling. We can see those flakes flying. We've had about 6 inches reported in St. Louis, and the amounts vary across the region, as is typical with any snow situation. But here are some of the numbers we've been able to get from observers within the last hour or so. Harvester coming in with 11 inches, St. Jacob, Illinois, 11.5, Hazelwood at 9. We've seen some spots up around Florissant pushing a foot of snow. Hematite close to 9 inches, Festus at 8, High Ridge at 7. Waterloo, almost 6 inches. Swansea and Belleville getting close to 4 inches. Really, at this point, it's been so cold, it doesn't really matter, how much you have on the ground because the conditions are bad everywhere. Even a little bit makes the roads a rough go. Now, IDOT and MoDOT have been out. You're looking at 55 here down in Arnold. You can see the snow is still flying there. Temperatures in the upper teens. Traffic is moving. Certainly not at the speed limit, but it is moving. Lots of flights have been canceled in and out of Lambert St. Louis International Airport today, although you do see a few Southwest jets up at the terminal. It's been a while. Yesterday, I don't think we saw any out there. You've got your airport plow crews working to try to keep the runways open out there, which they've been doing. It's just that the airlines have been very proactive and very preemptive in canceling a lot of flights. There's a look at the valley. In Chesterfield, from where the camera on the Drury Plaza Hotel, looking down at traffic on 4064 as it heads down the hill into the valley, coming up the hill. Looks like the truck coming up the hill is doing pretty well. That's always a good sign because this is a spot that notoriously has some issues with that traffic coming eastbound out of the valley and up the hill. So that's good. But what you don't see a lot of there, you really just see one little lane of pavement. And that's about it. So, it's still a bit of a struggle. Now, we're seeing a bit more pavement here on 70 as we look out along the Blanchette Bridge from St. Charles. And you can see traffic is, again, moving, just not at the speed limit. We cross the river and look over in O'Fallon, Illinois right now. Here's Interstate 64 there, and there's your exit ramp, traffic exiting, going eastbound on 64 on the Greenmount Road. And, we're not doing the speed limit, but you're able to get around. Here's the thing. If you are going to be out this afternoon or this evening, it is going to be difficult to get around to some degree. You'd still get there, but you need to take your time. The better thing, though, is to just kind of hang loose and let the road crews do their thing, and that means the first responders and the medical workers and the people that have to be at work can actually get there. Here's a live look up in Florissant right now. Still some snow flurries ongoing here. You can see the streets have been plowed there in Florissant, so your municipal crews certainly working to keep things moving along and trying to keep things in good shape there as best they can. Let's take a look in downtown St. Charles, see what it looks like there on Main Street. Of course, Main Street normally on a Thursday night gets to be a hopping place, but it's fairly quiet on Main Street tonight, and I suspect most of the businesses and the restaurants will not be open today. In fact, you don't even see those brick cobblestones there on Main Street at this point. Our camera over in Belleville from the Art on the Square building still kind of a little frozen. You can tell that it's pretty snowy out there, but we're not getting rid of any of this anytime soon with temperatures that are holding in the teens to around 20 degrees across the area. You're just not going to see a whole lot of things changing. Let's go a little farther south down towards Cuba. 15 degrees right now in Cuba. That's about 5 or 6 inches of mostly snow, maybe a little bit of sleet. There's a lookout in Weldon Spring right now. We're looking at a good 9 to 11 inches of snow across most of St. Charles County. See, the back edge of this is closer to the metro area, but we still have some that's in downtown St. Louis, as we saw from our arch camera just a minute ago, looking down Market Street. The visibility is down a little bit. So this is another half inch or so that's coming in and working from about Lonedale up towards High Ridge and pushing in towards Arnold, pushing in towards Oakville, right down 21, right down Highway 30, which, of course, that's not the news MoDOT wants to hear. But we're going to deal with this last little batch sliding through. And really, it's not much more than a dusting to perhaps an inch or so east and southeast of St. Louis. Now, we're expecting overnight that we're going to stay cloudy, and there's a lot of weather traffic aloft in terms of little disturbances rippling through. So I'm not going to be surprised to see some snow flurries here through the overnight hours into early tomorrow morning. Don't think it amounts to much. I mean, the damage has already been done. Let's face it. We've already got the snow on the ground. We have temperatures that are in the 15 to 20 degree range for most of us. Snow not going anywhere anytime soon. Tomorrow morning we'll get some clearing, and we do see some sunshine tomorrow afternoon. As far as additional accumulations, most of it here is farther south and southeast of St. Louis. Not going to say that we won't have a little dusting at times because this is so light and fluffy in and around the metro area. And just a quick look at your 7-day forecast. We really haven't changed these numbers much. Tomorrow's a slow clearing day, we think. Some of us, especially south of town, may end up with a little more in the way of cloud cover than clearing. But the weekend does see temperatures going back close to 40 on Sunday. We should have some sunshine. So even though it's cold, we will be looking at least some brighter skies this weekend. That helps with melting, even though temperatures stay below freezing for much of the time. One thing to be concerned about, though, for tomorrow night especially, temperatures will go down around 0, give or take a little bit. And we do think anything that has thawed would certainly glaze over and freeze again. So we're almost done with the snow in St. Louis. Still a little more to go, but not a lot. And we'll continue to monitor that as we head through the remainder of the afternoon and the evening. 5 on your side at 4. Coming up here in a few minutes, we have reporters all over the place to give you the latest on the road crews, how you at home are dealing with it. We'd love to see your pictures. You can share them with us. Text them to 314-425-5355, or you can use the Near Me button on the 5 on your side app to share your videos and your photos with us. We'd love to see what you're doing on these snow days. And again, the bottom line is we're winding it down. Things are going to get better, but it's going to stay cold, and it's still going to be a bit of a challenge to get around. And for those of us that live, not on or near a main thoroughfare, maybe a little more of a challenge as it takes the road crews a little longer to get into some of those secondary and side roads. We'll keep you updated here at 5 on your side. We're in storm alert. That winter storm warning continues until 6 o'clock this evening in the metro. It'll stick around until about midnight over along the Interstate 57 corridor.